Hello and welcome to Story and Stone. My name is Amanda. I'm the founder of Story and Stone. This is our monthly reading for June for the collective. So welcome if you're a first timer. I hope you enjoy the video. And if you're a returning watcher or viewer, thank you very much for returning. I really appreciate it. If you like this video, I would really appreciate if you could like, follow, subscribe, comment. All those things help my videos get shown to more people on YouTube. So I would really appreciate that. I just want to apologize for this video being a couple of days late. I have not been very well and have not been able to talk for very long, and we'll see how we go today. And I've had lots of visitors and that, so I haven't really had any time to sit and be able to do this. So I'm going to try and do it today and hopefully get it up by this afternoon so that you've got it at the beginning of the month. We have a very rainy day. It's just started to rain here. It's a public holiday here, so if you're living in WA, I hope you're having a great public holiday and that this rain that's just turned up isn't spoiling your plans too much. Okay, so the cards I'm reading from today are the Gold Foiled Tarot, which are the regular cards that I use. And then I'm just going to draw a couple of cards from a new deck that I have called Soul Coaching Oracle Cards by Denise Linn. So we'll see what they have to say. Just a reminder that this reading today is a reading for the collective. So it may not necessarily resonate with you, or not all of it will resonate with you, and that's okay. Just take what resonates for you and then leave the rest. And if none of it resonates, then, just forget about it. Go on with your day. So I've already done the reading. I've already laid out the cards, and I think we're going to have a little bit of a tougher month than what we've had previously. In the overview, I have the Page of Pentacles, which is not a negative card in itself. It symbolizes new beginnings, and there's quite a few cards here that talk about endings. So it's quite possible that there are also going to be new beginnings, but I see them more as coming in at the end of the month rather than at the beginning of the month. For many of us, like Australians, we have the end of financial year. June is our last month in our financial year. So there's those kind of endings as well. But I'm seeing that there is going to be a situation come in where you need to walk away. You need to let it go. And people around you will not realize or not agree with your decision to do what you have to do, because from the outside the situation looks really rosy, and they'll be wondering, what the hell is wrong with you? You've got it made. But as we all know, just because something looks good from the outside doesn't always mean that it is good for you. And I think this month is a decision where we step back and we reflect and we say, okay, this situation is no longer working for us, and we need to move away from it. And it's really fitting because, of course, in the traditional calendar, the 1st of June, which was yesterday, is the beginning of winter. And winter is traditionally a time when we step back, we hibernate a bit, we reflect on what's happening for us over the last year from last winter and what's not working for us anymore and what we need to let go of. And we start thinking about what would we want to do for the next coming year from this winter to next winter. So I see that through the Eight of Cups coming in, and it's saying, look, you've still got all of this great stuff happening. Why are you walking away? And only you will know the answer to that. And what I'm seeing is that you need to stay true to yourself. Don't let other people or external sources make you rethink. You know in your heart of hearts what you truly need or what you truly want. Stick with that. Don't let people persuade you otherwise. Now, the Page of Pentacles, as I said, he's about new beginnings. He's quite conservative. The Pentacles as a suit are quite a conservative suit. They're an earth element, so they're quite slow moving. And so the Page of Pentacles, this new beginning, will not be something that comes in really quick. It will be something that takes time to percolate and to, fertilize in the soil before it starts to grow. So this month can also be a time where you start to think about, what do I want to come into my life? What do I need in my life to make my life happy? And this card here represents that as well. So there could be some new beginnings, like maybe a new job or maybe some new study that you want to do, that you think, I need to do this to get to where I want to go. Those sort of beginnings, or I'm going to start a savings account because I want to go on holidays, or I want a house, or whatever it is. I can see those type of things starting for you, but there'll be no real major transitions or major changes happening. We've only got one major arcana in the whole layout this month, so it's going to be more about the day-to-day. What makes you happy? What do you need to do to make your life happy in your day-to-day life? So we're getting back down into the nitty-gritty and not so much these big major transitions which we've been having in the previous months. Okay, so when I look at the details, I've got the Five of Wands and I have the Ten of Swords. Now, the Ten of Swords is about endings that are quick, fast, and final. Things that maybe you were procrastinating on. Often we get the Death card for that type of thing. But this is basically like, enough is enough, you're done. And it will happen quite quickly. So it could be a job loss, the breakup of a relationship or a friendship. Really, things like that. Things that are final, that there's no going back to, there's no procrastinating on it, it's done. And if you look at the Ten of Swords, I mean, he's got 10 swords in his back, he's pretty done. But what you don't know is that actually he's just gathering himself so that he can pick himself up and start again. So it's not the best card to have for a month. I know when I see it in my deck, I'm like, oh God, here we go again. And to have it with the Five of Wands, which the Five of Wands can often be about conflict. Now, it's not the conflict where you're fighting each other, but it's more like competitive conflict. So maybe you've been put into a team that is supposed to work together on a project, and everybody wants their part of the project to be the most important, or their opinions to be followed. Nobody seems to want to collaborate. And that's fine. We all have teams like that. But this card is sort of saying you might have that sort of energy around you. On a positive on a positive side, this card can also mean that you're being asked to push yourself further. See how far you can go, because you've got competition. So make the best of it. Make the competition push you to do your absolute best. So, which can be really positive as long as you don't stress yourself out to the point of a nervous breakdown. This Five of Wands can either be a negative card or a positive card, depending on how you look at it. So I feel like you're going to be pushed a little bit this month. We're going to be seeing things coming to an end that we might not necessarily have been expecting. We might see that actually we have more competition than we thought we did, and we have to pull up our socks and actually stop coasting and actually do the work. And that this in turn might make us see that actually this is not what I want. This job is not what I want. I don't want this stress. I don't want this competition. I work better by myself than rather in a team, that type of thing. So those kind of epiphanies may become relevant to you in this month of June. Okay, now we're on to the challenges for the month. And it's so funny, we've got the Three of Pentacles and the Three of Cups. And both of them are about getting together with other people. So the Three of Cups is usually a really positive card. It means getting together with kinfolk, people who get you, who are in your lane, that, you know, or family get-togethers, that type of thing. It can also stand actually for weddings or a major birthday or some sort of family gathering that has that sort of importance, maybe the birth of a child. But in this position, I'm feeling like it's saying you may be tested this month with family gatherings. Maybe there are too many expectations put on you to be there for every single family gathering, and you have other priorities. Not that you don't love your family or the people that you call family, but just that this month was your month to maybe spend some alone time, or to hibernate a bit, or to go away with your spouse or your partner. And now you've got all these things being shoved on you saying, oh, you need to come to this dinner and this barbecue and this party and things like that. So I feel like there might be a real challenge with your boundaries. At the moment, I'm getting the word boundaries quite loud, like they're showing me this, so they don't want me to miss it. So I feel like you may be pushed, your boundaries may be pushed about what you're willing to accept, and it keeps coming back family. So it might not necessarily be your blood family, it might be the people that you think of as your family that are going to be pushing your buttons, pushing your boundaries and expecting a bit too much of you, and that's going to be your challenge for this month. Excuse me. Okay. Now, the Three of Pentacles is also a really, really positive card. It's all about collaboration. It's about using your skills and abilities to collaborate on projects with other people who don't have your skills and abilities. So becoming one good rounded person by working in a team. It can also talk about mentorship, where you're training or you're teaching someone else, you're passing down your knowledge to someone else. But because we've had the Five of Wands in the details section, which is often about competition, I feel like this is more about collaboration. So you might be really pushed this month to collaborate with people that you don't want to collaborate with, that you think, oh, this guy's an asshole, I don't want to collaborate with him. And you're going to be sort of made to collaborate with them. So that's going to be another challenge for you this month, is that maybe you have to spend time with people you don't really want to spend time with. And I feel like this is more from a work setting rather than a family setting. So they've sort of got you in both pockets at the moment, your family and your work life or your business life or career, or study. So yeah, they're saying you really need to put on your diplomacy hat this month, and be strong but fair. So don't let people push your boundaries back, but also don't be an ass about it, Try and look at it from the other people's point of view as to why are they asking you to do this type of thing. Have you not spent much time with them and they're really trying to push you to spend time with them? Are you being asked to collaborate in that work project or that co-creation because you have the skills and the knowledge that they need to push that project over the end? So they're going to be your challenges for this month. Then I look at your opportunities. So we have the Knight of Wands and we have the High Priestess. This is our only major arcana card for this reading for June. And the Knight of Wands, he's a air element, so he's got a lot of quick energy. So he's sort of pushing against the Pentacles energy that was coming in at the beginning of the month. He's sort of pushing you to start planning. He's sort of pushing you to start thinking about what you want to do now that these endings have come in, now that you've let go of what you no longer need. He's saying, okay, let's get some creative action and passion in there. Let's start planning about what we're going to do when we get out of these endings and we're ready to start anew. So he's really pushing that if you can, take the time and think about where you want to go next. Don't let life just push you around and just don't go from pillar to post doing what everybody else does. This guy is saying to you, it's up to you to decide where you want to go next. The High Priestess, well, she's just amazing. She's all about feminine power, and that goes for you men as well. But she's all about feminine power. She's all about the spiritual and using your intuition. And I feel like she's telling me to tell you this month that you need to use your intuition when you're thinking about where you want to go. So, for example, I'm really into learning how to grow my own herbs and make my own creams and potions and tonics and things like that to help with my health, because I don't like to take any chemical or allopathic medication if I can help it. And now that I've finally weaned myself off my endometriosis drug, which was about the only chemical I was taking, I'm now looking for other herbal alternatives. So I thought maybe I'll do a herbalist course so I can see, make sure I'm doing it right. I don't want to poison myself. And I found this course that was on sale, and I thought I might do that. But then there was something in the back of my mind that was going, no, stop and think about it. And I did a short reading for myself about the course, and I got a very clear and definite, no, don't do this course. So I'm trusting my intuition, and I'm not signing up for that course because A, it's a lot of money, and B, it's a lot of time. And I've been told already, no, there is something else coming up for you where you'll need to spend that time. And if you do this, you won't have the time to do that. So I'm trusting that. So that's the type of thing I want you to do this month, is to not just rush into decisions, because we're in winter, we need to slow down. We're not really into starting things, we're into planning and letting go and reflection and thinking about where we want to go, not so much heading in that direction. And all the cards here are saying that. They're not saying do. They're saying slow down. Think about what you want to do. Reflect. Let go. And let go, whether that's relationships, friendships, jobs, choices that you've made about your health, where you're living, all that sort of thing. So it's asking you to look at your life, rethink, reevaluate, and say, where do I want to be heading? And I feel like that's oh, here we go. Nice green tea, by the way. I feel like that's where we're heading as a theme, because I've been talking and watching a few videos and talking to a few women, and there are a lot of women in particular who are going, you know what, I need to rethink what I'm doing here because it's not working for me. It's either affecting their mental health, their emotional health, or their physical health, or all three. And they're like, I just can't keep doing it this way anymore. I need to change. And I know that even I have been doing that as well. So I feel like it's a real theme. So if you are female, or if you identify as female, this could be really a theme that's running hot for you right now. And these cards are just reiterating that it's time for you to rethink where you're going and what you're doing. And is it the best choice for you? Okay, so I'm not getting anything else coming through for these cards. So what we'll do now is we'll go and we'll have a look at the soul coaching cards, and we'll just ask, what does our soul want us to do this month in June, for the month of June? What advice does our soul want to give us for the month of June? What advice does our soul want to give us for the month of June? Okay, I'm being asked to draw 3 cards. Okay, so I've drawn 3 cards. I've got awakening, gratitude, and compassion. And straight away, the message coming in for me is that this is what your soul wants you to do for you. not for somebody else, but for you, so that you are making decisions for yourself from the best possible place. Awakening. I feel like we're all having these epiphanies at the moment that life cannot continue as it is. That we all need to slow down, that we can't keep consuming all that we're consuming, that we can't keep taking in all this information that gets bombarded at us every day through TV and social media and all that sort of stuff, which I know sounds rather ironic coming from someone who's doing a YouTube video. But I feel like we're waking up, and influencers have made the word woke or awake, they've made it a real trendy word, and I hate that, absolutely hate that, but there's no other way I can actually describe it. It's like we're waking up and going, what the fuck have we been doing for the last century or two? We're like, we can't be here, we can't do this, we can't keep doing this, our bodies will not keep doing it. So there's been like a bit of an awakening. And I feel like we're all going to have these epiphanies about what we need in our life. And then we're going to realize that actually we have to let the rest of it go. We can't hang on to that as well, because we need to make room for the stuff that needs to come in that will make us genuinely happy. And then we've got the gratitude card. And sometimes when we start to let go of stuff, especially relationships or friendships and things like that that involve other people, pardon me, it might be also, maybe you've got furniture in your house that doesn't belong to you. Maybe it belonged to a parent that's passed, or a grandparent that's passed, and you love the idea of that, but it just doesn't suit your lifestyle anymore. And you feel like if you get rid of it, you're being ungrateful, or you're somehow sullying, is that the right word? Smearing the memory of whoever left you that piece of furniture. And this card is saying, just because we let go of things that no longer serve us, it doesn't mean that we're not grateful for them. They've served their purpose, and we're so thankful that they were there to serve their purpose for us at that time, but now we no longer need that. And you really need to go forward with everything that you let go, with that feeling or that appreciation, that thank you for being part of my life, but I no longer need this, so I let you go with love, especially if it contains, if it pertains to other people. So we're being asked to always remember gratitude, and not just for the things that we're letting go, but for the things that we still have in our life that we're really appreciative of. So our soul is also asking us, as we awaken up to what we really want in our life, that we also remain grateful for the things that are leaving our life, but also for the new things that are coming in and the things that are actually staying. I'm sorry I have to keep taking so many drinks, but I don't want to start coughing, because then that will just snowball and then I'll have to stop filming. And we're so close. We're nearly finished. Okay, our third and final card of what guidance does our soul have for us for this month of June is compassion. And the very first thing they're saying to me is be compassionate with yourself. We are so hard on ourselves all the time. And the other day I drew a card, a healing card. I've just been pulling them every now and then. They're just tiny little cards that just have one sentence on them. And it talked about treating yourself the way you would treat your friend. And that is so pertinent to this compassion card today, because a lot of us treat ourselves so harshly. We treat ourselves in ways that we would never treat our friends, ever. We speak to ourselves horribly. We punish ourselves for things that we feel we failed at. We show no compassion, no empathy whatsoever for what we're going through. And this card is saying you need the compassion. You know, if you are able to be compassionate for others, why are you not able to be compassionate for yourself? And I think it's really, really important that we are compassionate with ourselves this month, because there will be some grief coming. When you let go of things out of your life, even though if you know that it is time to let that go, there is still a process of grieving that comes with that. You know, grief is not just for the passing of a loved one. It happens a lot in everyday life. So the grieving of leaving that part of yourself behind, you know, say, I don't know, you used to be able to dance all night and now you can't dance anymore. Or an injury has made it impossible for you to do something that you love, or your eyesight's going so you no longer can do that close-up embroidery work. And there's lots of things, you know, even things that are good for us, like giving up smoking. People will still grieve for the fact that they can no longer smoke because they know it's so bad for their health. So we just have to be compassionate with ourselves, because those little sorrows that we experience, they are very important in processing what's going on for us and for keeping us mentally and emotionally well. We need to grieve those, you know, no matter how superficial or stupid you think they are, we still need to grieve them. Tim and I, we are on a bit of a health kick at the moment. Now that I've come off my drugs, which stopped me from, helped me to put on, or made me put on lots of weight, but also stopped me from losing that weight. It was very, very hard to lose weight whilst I was on that drug. So now I'm not on that drug. I said to Tim, let's get healthy together. And we've got a national park literally 5 minutes down the road, and we're going to go hiking and just get out and explore life. We're both not really gym junkies. We're not interested in the gym, but we want to get out and be more active, have more movement within our lives. So we've been doing that, but there is still a grieving process about the fact that, you know, one of my favorite things to bake are brownies, but I won't be baking them anymore for quite a while, you know, or only on special occasions. And whilst that may sound really stupid and silly, there is that grieving process, because that was a comfort thing for me. When I felt anxious, I baked, I cooked brownies, you know, and then I had brownies for when I was anxious, you know, and I wanted to use food as a comfort. I would heat that brownie up and I would eat it with a cup of tea, and, you know, and there is a grieving process that goes with that. And you have to be willing to look past the silliness that you feel and go, you know what? It's okay to be sad about that. I mean, if you're sad about that in a year's time, then I'm thinking that maybe you need some help. But it's okay to be sad about that for an afternoon, to say goodbye to the brownies. So anyway, seriously, have compassion for yourself. Have compassion for others, because you've got to know that if you're going through this, then it's highly likely that they're going through something similar. Remember, this is a reading for the collective. So these are themes that could be happening to more than one person. So be compassionate for others as well. If someone speaks harshly to you, just know that it's not about you, that it's about what's going on in here and in here, you know? And rather than telling them to fuck off, maybe just say, are you okay? Do you need to talk? Do you need a hug? Just show some compassion. And it can be hard, because our first reaction is to go, oh, F you. Don't speak to me like that. But we have to look at it from their shoes. Why are they reacting that way? So that's it for today, for this month rather. I am going to try and do weekly readings now that my schedule has cleared up a bit, because I don't have my other services are available at the moment. I'm going to try and get more in depth with the cards and do readings for you every week. I'm going to try and do it. And we'll see how that goes. So I'm also thinking of putting on some classes. So if you're interested in maybe learning about tarot and you live in Perth and you'd be interested in attending a class, I haven't worked out any details yet. It's just a thing that's been brewing in the back of my head about maybe offering classes on how to read tarot and to actually see them for what they are, not what they've become through movies and the media type thing. So if you're interested in that type of thing, you know, just drop me a comment below telling me that you'd be interested, and I'll put your name on the list, and when I have developed something, I'll let you know, and if you're still interested, you can take part. Okay, so that's it for today. Thanks so much for being here with me. As I said at the beginning of the video, if you like this video, please follow my YouTube channel, like, subscribe, and comment as well. I will get back to you as soon as I can. If you don't want to comment in the fields below, then you can message me through Messenger on my Facebook page, Story and Stone, or you can send me an email through my website, or you can just send me an email, amanda@storyandstone.com.au. If you'd like to know more about what I do as a holistic practitioner, you can find that information out on my website, which is www.storyandstone.com.au. Thank you so much for being here this month. I hope that despite the challenges that are coming up for us, you have a really great month, and I will see you in the next video.